Testing. Waiting for people to come in. Let's see if we get anybody. There we go. Hello. How are you? Number one. One is the loneliest number. So we're going to give it a little bit. We're going to give it a few minutes to see what happens here. I'm new to YouTube and I am your host, Greg. So we're still waiting. Oh, waiting and patiently waiting. So even if nobody comes in, I get it. I'm new. We will continue with this live stream, but I'll put a spin on it. I'll make it a short. I'll give you my perspective. How about that? So, anywho, let's get this thing started. It all starts with one. So, again, my name is Greg, and I'm your host, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of and Relationships. And what th- what does it look like for you in 2025? I think in regards to sex, love, and relationships, it has taken on a whole new meaning. And I say that to say it because as we look at the industry, I said this before, I spoke about this in another video, that how sex has just taken on a new type of energy uh, from the industry, right? And I want to know what everybody's perspective is on this, right? We all doing it. Let's talk about it, right? So, what does it look like for you in like 2025? What are you expecting? Are you looking just solely for one of the three, or are you looking for them all together? And how do you make that work? And I started this because I wanted to know from a woman's perspective. Like, I'm a male. Uh, as I gave a little background about myself and my bio, I've worked in mental health. I've worked in social services, like with families and drug addiction, and I've seen a lot of different sides. I've even worked with some families. So, I mean, excuse me, some couples in regards to their relationships. And sex is a crazy thing when you speak about it to people who or sexual behaviors. We speak like when I used to speak with people about sexual behaviors, like in a counseling session or a counseling setting, it would be kind of awkward because we're talking about intimacy here. Like we're talking about two people, right? We like this is keep can we real talk? We're talking about two people engaging in an intimate moment where they're vulnerable with one another and they're sharing their sexual exploits. So it's kind of hard when you're outside and you're talking to somebody about this. So my opinion on sex, uh, for from a woman for in regards to our women, I believe a lot of women with the sexual revolution are being still stagnated. We see it in the videos. We see what's happening like in the industry today, and I want to know people's honest thoughts and opinions on this because is it sexual exploitation or is it sexual power? See, there's a difference. When we have sexual power, we're in control. When we're being exploited, that's just what it is. We're being exploited. And we see the videos with different celebrities and artists. Some of it I agree with, and I spoke about this before. Some I just don't. And I want to know people's honest opinions. Like, how are you feeling about it? I know how I feel about it. I think it's very empowering to see a woman to a degree be able to say, "Hey, this is me. This is my lane. This is how I feel." But sometimes I watch some of the stuff in the industry and I feel like it's kind of forced uh on women, like that they have to feel like that if I don't get in this lane, I'm not going to be successful. I don't find that to be true. I find like in regards to sexuality, uh what makes it work for most people, some people are just animalistic about it. I'm gonna just say it as it is. Let's just fuck, let's just do what we do. But to me, I think it's a chemistry, I think it's a balance, and finding that chemistry and balance and what it looks like for you. You know, our women, I look at the social media platforms and I notice how that they may be, like they dress and let me, hey, no judgment. This is like Planet Fitness here. I have no judgment amongst anybody. Uh, we like it. Some men like that. It's aesthetic. It's all about aesthetic stuff. And I said this before. You know, we're selling ourselves. We're selling a look. We're selling, you know, basically who we are. We're trying to get people to understand who we are, and a lot of it is done right on these social media platforms without us even knowing it. Like what we post says speaks volumes about us. We'll put a post up, not even thinking about it. I've done it myself. Then I look back at that post and I said, what kind of energy am I sending? What exactly and who exactly am I sending this to? So, you know, like I said, with the sexual revolution for our women right now, a lot of them are just expressing themselves. And here's the thing, when guys look, oh, yeah, she's hot, she's this, she's that, um, but the first thing that'll come out of a dude's mouth is that hoe or something derogatory. You understand what I'm saying? When they're feeling some type of way. And why is that? Why is that? Why should a woman have to feel as though that she's being boxed? Sex, love, and relationships has a different definition for everyone, I believe. Uh, you know, the definition for some people of sex may just be kinky. Some other people may find their definition of sex may be just intimacy, sensual. Other people just might be hard. It's different looks. It's different definitions for each of these things: sex, love, and relationships. How do you define it? What does it look like to you? I know for myself, like I said again, love. I'm a very passionate person in regards to when I love somebody and I love hard. But it's the definition again is different for each and every one of us. Someone may not define love the way I define it. Someone may not see sexual paralysis the way I do. And I think it's important, like in 2025, to know where we're going with this. I mean, there's still a lot of things going on, since we all came out of COVID. And it's like everything, the dominant dynamics of everything has changed. Whether we want to accept it or not, it's the truth. And this is where we are in this time. So, oh, thank you for the one person who joined me. Ooh. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep it moving. This is an upstart. Um, and I'm sure as time goes on, we'll do better, we'll get better. But I'm gonna need any feedback and comments in regards to uh topics, things you want to talk about, because again, this platform is called Can We Real Talk? And that's just what we're going to do. We're going to hit the hard issues. We're going to talk about real things, things that may be sensitive to other viewers, but hey, we're talking about it, right? And I think we need to have ongoing conversations in regards to these things. So we are at exactly 9 minutes and 47, 49, 50 seconds into this live stream. And Imma be honest. Thank you, wife. My wife is my one supporter, but I love her, and I thank her for being on, and like I said, this is only gonna get better. So, again, what does it look like for you? once you watch this, if anybody should watch this live stream, I want to hear what you like. What does it look like for our women? Because our women are moving in a different way, and I'm kinda liking the way some of them are moving with their independence. Because sexuality and sex itself, uh, confidence has a lot to do with it. Self-esteem has a lot to do with it. So, how are you feeling in your place, women? How do you feel comfortable with your body? And most women don't. And it is a shame that society has made our women feel like, if she has a little stomach or, her thighs are big, that, this is not what she should be looking like. We have our women uh, just actually competing against one another, you know. You see it, and listen, I have no judgment over anybody. If you feel like you need a breast enhancement or a BBL, that is your choice, and I respect people's choices, uh, and people's decisions because, hey, who am I to judge anybody? But I want to know exactly like what took a woman to that point to feel as though like that you know that she needed to make these changes within herself. Like why? Why was it necessary? There's beauty in all of us. And some people say, oh, that's just some shit people say. No, there is true. God has blessed each and every one of us with beauty and a gift. It's just finding your inner self, being confident about who you are as a person, right? And these things, when we have these encounters, right, sexually, it builds our confidence. It truly does. Like it makes us more sensual. It makes us more mysterious. And to me, this is what makes for good sex, you know, sensuality, not knowing, all of these things are the things that I feel as though are sexy, or that I equate sex to. So again, we want comments. I would like any suggestions in regards, to topic and content matter because I'm going to keep pushing narratives. And like I said, there's going to be things on here that people will agree with and won't agree with. But the show is called Can We Real Talk? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk and we're going to have honest, wholehearted conversations and we're going to keep it moving. So we're going to just continue just for a little bit longer on the sex part. Uh, Again, like I said, our women are in competition, and it just kind of I'm just baffled by that because, like I said, we have some of the most beautiful women. I think it's beauty in all women. I don't care whether you're plus size, whether you're small size. To me, I look at beauty as attitude, confidence. There's a number of things that would make a real mature man attracted sexually to a woman. I'm not just talking about the animalistic part of sex. Sometimes it's good just to have raw savage sex. Hey, sometimes that's the best sex. Just throw her down or she throw you down. Finish her. Yeah, right. Okay. You know, but anyway, like these are the things that I want to talk about, and these are the things that I really would like to address. So we're going to close this segment out, and I hope if anybody should watch this, please like and subscribe if you like what you heard. Like I said, we're going to get really deep and in depth with what we're going to talk about, and for now, we're going to close this thing out. Thank you for all those who will join me in the future. I'm your host, Greg, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Can We Real Talk? There you go.